What's going on, guys? Happy Tuesday, January 25th. Let's double check. It is. And welcome to episode 25. Alrighty, so let's talk, man. If you know me, if you watch my videos, if you listen to my content, you know I get super vulnerable and authentic. I talk about the things I'm going through, and I'm really willing to be honest about stuff in my life. So, Stanley, I find that solutions come to me when I talk about stuff. When I hold it all in, it doesn't happen often. But this cool thing, we're doing a fast at church. We've talked about that before. But the devotional today hit me really hard. And then Lacey brought it up afterwards, and it was like, damn, I really do appreciate that. But it's something that's been on my mind a lot lately anyway. And that is like that God doesn't just want you to just survive. He wants you to thrive. He wants you to live a life that's so fulfilling that when you get done, you're just like, what a ride. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. And I feel like so many people are just dragging themselves up and going through the motions every day, not realizing that that is the goal. Let me put that out to you again, because I saw a really awesome video of Kobe today where he was talking about that. And he was like, the late nights that you spend working your ass off, the late nights you spend practicing more than other people, the late nights and the time spent missing doing all the other stuff that people consider fun so that you can do something that inspires you, that's the dream. In and of itself, that's the dream. The dream isn't the goal, because when you get there, it won't satisfy you for any significant amount of time. It just won't. But when you consistently work towards something powerful, you're successful. Another one of my favorite definitions of success, okay, one of my favorite ones. This one is by Earl Nightingale. A successful man or woman is a person with a worthy goal that they're making consistent progress towards. Notice he doesn't say a person who achieves their goals. The idea being that you will constantly be resetting new goals, setting new milestones, and always working towards something that you consider yourself to be worthy. What's up, Chris? And so I would posit to you that there's a few things here. First of all, if you know me, I'm a Christian. I believe that it's important for us to live attractive lives as Christians. I believe it's important for us to be the type of people who aren't preaching gloom and doom, but are preaching the love of God. Now, God wants you to be successful as fuck. That's why you have those dreams inside of you. That's why you feel so unfulfilled not living up to your possibilities in your life. That's why literally when you're not doing anything other than surviving, it kills you inside. But the weird thing is that you're also being attacked at all times by negativity, the enemy, the devil, whatever you want to call it. And that thing is constantly trying to get you to doubt yourself. Well, it's because human beings are both flesh and spirit. We're both positive and negative. We're light and dark. We have both inside of us, because without one, the other cannot exist. It is the very nature of existence. A thing must have its opposite. There's literally a universal law called the law of gender. It has nothing to do with all this. It has everything to do with the idea that everything has its opposite. Okay? So that exists in all things. It exists in all things. And so for us to understand truly how important it is for us to really comprehend that, we have to look at the idea that you can't see where you want to go if you don't also know where you don't want to go. Let me say that again. You can't know where you want to go if you're also not sure where you don't want to go. Okay? But here's the weird thing. You can't focus on where you don't want to be, because where focus goes, energy flows. All right? When I focus on the problem, I just focus on the problem and give myself horrible fucking anxiety. When I focus on solutions, shit changes. Anybody that has critical thinking skills knows this. You cannot consistently expect any type of solution to come up if you consistently focus on the things that are going wrong. Simply put, You can't fix a motor if all you do is look at the broken part. You have to go figure out what you need to do, replace it, go get the new part, go focus on the plan to fix it, and then come back, remove the old shit, and then after you take out the old part that needs replacing, you don't sit and fucking stare at it on the pile of trash. Get rid of that shit. Get it out of your life. It's over. See, I'm having a hell of a time focusing on anything the last couple of days. Look, here's the hard part, Chris, and this is why I love it when you reach out like this, but here's the reality, man. Like, it's gonna be fucking hard. But that's when it means the most. That's when it's the most powerful. When we do it when it comes easy, it ain't shit. But that's where faith comes in. I talked about that a little bit on a post today. Faith applied is the most powerful fucking tool a human being has. Faith applied will change everything that is untouchable. Untouchable authenticity through faith. Now, personally, my faith is that God will pull me through every situation. And if he doesn't, then well done, good and faithful servant, I've come to meet him. All right? But my faith is that it's not for me to decide what might happen outside of my circumstances, what might affect my life. But it is for me to decide the type of person I will be. And I will meet that situation. I will meet every difficulty with God in my heart. Okay, I will meet every difficulty with my focus on that, because I cannot get distracted from being the person I know God can bring me to be if I can't, if I refuse to look at anything else. Big love, Mike. See here, I'm still doing my stuff, but I'm just going through the motions. Keep reminding myself the feelings are facts. Got to ride the middle. Been praying a lot lately, and I'm just trying to get back on my game. Sweet. I know that feeling. Like, really, I do. I know exactly what it feels like to go through the motions. One of the weird things is that I oftentimes don't want a tattoo. It's just, how I feel is irrelevant, though. You know what I mean? But because I've spent so much time honing my skill in a certain area, it's like as soon as I get in the shop, things are just laser beam focused. So I might suggest, this might be a decent suggestion for you, to find a spot and a time and a specific area of your house maybe that you sit down, and that's the place where you work through these issues with, so that you can, when you're feeling frustrated, go sit down in that, and your soul, your spirit, your subconscious, your conscious mind will all recognize that as being, this is the problem solving place. Just a small suggestion. Hopefully it works. If that's something you already do, then you're already killing it, But we need to be thriving as people. It's no longer about can I just scrape it through the day? Can I make it paycheck to paycheck? I need you guys to understand on an intrinsic level that if you're living so close to the bottom line that one missing paycheck would crush you, or that one unexpected $400 or $500 bill would destroy you, I need you to understand, okay? If that's if you're that close, you're not thriving. You're just living. You're just existing, okay? But the thing is that once you start to recognize that your results will come directly from the level of faith applied. Now, what do I mean when I say faith applied? Okay, faith is a universal concept. Faith is a concept that will take everything to the next level. I want to paint a picture for you. There's a person who thinks that they can be a famous NFL star, okay? Or let me rephrase that. There's a person that everybody tells them that they could, and that they just need to work really hard. And so that person goes up and looks on the internet, and they see, okay, I should do these drills. My coach says to do this, and they do those drills, okay? But they're just going through the motions. A person who believes they will make it, who has faith they will put 10 times the effort in, understanding that life will pay you back. God will pay you back that effort. Life will pay you the price that you ask of it with your effort. Period. But faith applied, again, is a universal concept. So when we apply faith, unwavering belief, not just in the possibility, but in the fact that something will come to fruition, it will. Nothing can stop our relentless mind. No force in the universe is willing to stand in front of a relentless mind because it will be destroyed. All opposition will be destroyed. And I'm like, literally like, because the thing is I try to live a righteous life. I try to live a life that's focused on empowering people around me. I try to live a life that's focused on being the most positive person I can. I try to live a life that tries to bring the people who I am working with and around up to my success level. And hopefully past it, I want the people that work around me to out-fucking grow me. Okay? So I know in my heart of hearts, if you stand in front of me, that you are the enemy and that you must be destroyed. And I don't do it with any type of hate or anger in my heart, but I will strike down the enemy wherever I find him. I will strike down the enemy of negativity wherever I find him. I will strike down the enemy of self-doubt wherever I find him, and I will strike down the enemy of anything that stands in front of a righteous mind with a righteous cause with extreme prejudice. Now that goes like, people misinterpret that mindset. They think that, oh, if you don't agree with me, I must strike you down. Fuck no. Jesus said love everybody. All right? And then somebody in the back raised their hand and said, well, what if they, and then he says, yes, even if they ask stupid questions. I said everybody. Okay? Get that straight. The weird part about it is that I believe that you can love your enemy even as you strike them down. I believe that you can have empathy for somebody knowing that they are just misguided and not hold hatred in your heart as you strike them down and erase their existence, essentially. And we could use this for any type of problem, any type of metaphor, without having to do it with hate, fear, or anger in your heart. All right? So to me, that's what thriving is. Thriving is choosing to live a life that's fucking inspiring, to look at the hard times, be inspired by them, to look at the good times and be just as inspired to appreciate them in those times, to look at the times like Chris was sharing about, where it's like you feel like you're just going through the motions, and realize that it's a time to be inspired by those too. Because if you are awake, alive, and sucking air right now, you're a fucking miracle. God is inside you. Greatness is in you. Greatness made you, and therefore greatness is in you. And I can't think of anything more inspiring to know that God is literally in me and working through me at all times. I was at my child's school today. I was talking to their counselor, actually one of their social workers as well. And I'm walking down the hallway, and the guy's like, hey man, I got a couple questions for you real quickly here. And I was like, he's about to ask about my tattoos. It's fine, whatever. And he's like, hey, do you do public speaking? I was like, well, yeah, I do. He's like, and do you also upload those videos to Instagram and stuff? And I was like, well, yes, I do. And he's like, I want your content, man. That's so cool. I do that stuff too. And he's an old UK football player that's got his master's in social work. And I'm like, holy shit. What a powerful reminder. That's literally God saying, dog, what you're doing is right. Keep doing it. And I don't know if you guys understand this, but I've gone through the motions so many times that it's not even funny. But once I hit my stride, it's like I can feel the power of the Holy Spirit. I can feel the power of my God. I can feel the power of my faith and my love for humanity working through me as soon as I fight it, because I have to rise up every day. I'm going to confess something to you guys. I'm the most negative person you've ever met. Probably. I'd be hard-pressed to believe I'm not. Here's the deal, though. I fight with it. Always. I wake up negative as fuck. I woke up today and I was like, I literally fucking typed in hashtag 5 a.m. crew and almost went back to sleep, but the back of my head was like, if you fucking do this, you pussy. If you pretend like you did it and then didn't, you're fucked. And I can't respect you. And my own sense of self-respect dragged me the fuck out of the bed and got me doing it. I was a little bit late to the gym. But I got up, I dragged my ass into the kitchen, and despite the back of my head saying, fuck this, fuck leg day, fuck you, fuck everything, I don't want to do this, I fucking hit my pre-workout and just pounded it right there, because I was like, if I do that, I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep. I'm not going to have the option. I will be sitting in bed just like with my skin itching, and I'm going to hate my life. So I burnt the boats. I removed the option. Guys, I don't think you understand how often I don't want to do stuff. I don't think you understand how much time I spent convincing myself that yes, I do need to follow through. How much time I spend punching my own bitch self in the face because I try to negotiate myself out of my goals. And all of us do this. We try to negotiate our way out of the things that we need and want in our lives more than anything. It's so hard. It's hard for me to do the things. Literally, like, I daily have conversations with my kids that are wildly uncomfortable for me because they're so different than what I grew up with. But no hate to my mother, what I grew up with had different type of results than what I'm looking to get. And I want to be the end of that line. I want to be the end of that type of thing. And Chris says it's bad this week. I get it, man. Like, it's been hard as fuck this week for me. There's been so many tiny failures, but I refuse to measure myself by the tiny failures because I recognize, I look at them, I laser beam focus on them for just long enough to recognize I don't want to do it anymore, journal about it, remind myself. Before I went to bed last night, I literally prayed to God and said, God, please get me up and don't let me be a bitch in the morning. And he delivers. Because I had faith it would work. And I remember even having that conversation with myself in my head, man. I'm like, hey, you fucking prayed about this, bro. Like, God's helping you right now, reminding you, literally in your head, telling you, like, you're going to be a bitch, dog, or you're going to be a beast. Come on now. Get on up. You a warrior. You got this. You know. But that's just simply put what it is. We can either choose to half-ass our life, or we can choose to beast the fuck out of it. The worth is in the work. The worth is in the work. Your self-worth and your ability to respect yourself will go up 10, 15, 20, 30, a million-fold when you start forcing yourself to do the shit you don't fucking feel like doing. Because guess what? What you feel like is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You don't think that there was days that Mother Teresa got up and didn't want to do it. You don't think that there was days that Dr. King got up and didn't want to do it. It was too heavy a burden. Dr. King literally said, they're going to kill me for this. I can't quote it directly. I've got goosebumps talking about that. That's how powerful it is to me. But it's vibrating the crap out of my stuff. So, invitation. Power through it this week, guys. I love y'all. All right? I love y'all. I'm going to call Lacey now. I'll see you tomorrow.